Welcome back. It's the season for giving, and this morning we're offering up some financial advice, uncovering the truths about the market and explaining where you can go to learn more. Today we're joined by stock market analyst and associate professor of finance at John A. Logan College, David England. David, always good to have you here.
It's great to be here this morning.
And what's one of the key ideas you want to pass along to viewers?
Well, let me give you two.
Okay.
Since it's the giving season.
We'll take it.
Number one, Wall Street as individuals could care less about us as individuals. They want our money, obviously. So when we first realize that, we're better off. Second of all, when we take a look at the returns, Wall Street loves to come out and show all these figures about how the market has given 7 to 8% returns over the last 50 years. Well, that's very dangerous because a lot of times people take that information and think, well, Wall Street's a bank, so all I have to do is put my money in and I get a 7 to 8% return. That couldn't be further from the truth. To make that a fact, let's just go back 10 years. And I think we have a chart on this. If we go back to the S&P 500, which that is the market, if we would have bought 10 years ago when the market was at 1,400, we would have lost money today because we're only at 1,100. So we wouldn't have had a 80%, 10 years times 8% return. Would be down over 20 to 25%. So those are two things that we need to keep in mind.
And looking ahead to 2010, you've said it will be a tricky year. What is your advice? What things should people look out for?
Well, many times we have a strong return, like we've had over a 50% return from the bottom, but we have to take a look at it. We're still down from the October 07 high, but when we've rallied like this, the next year is a very tricky year. It's one of those years that I think we're going to have a lot of ups and downs, and after the first of the year, and I don't want to talk too much about this. We'll be giving our predictions in January. I think that we're going to have some profit taking. It's going to be a tricky year to be in the market.
We'll look forward to that coming up in January.
Yes.
What would you say is one of the best ways to learn about options?
Well, in my opinion, this year should be the year that folks take 1 year out. Now, they aren't going to learn this overnight. One's pretty quick. But I would take 1 year out and take a look at how options work for two reasons. Number one, downside protection. Most people have mutual funds where they're only long the market. Well, they know how that feels, like what we've had to happen in 07 and 08. So a hedging situation gives them a situation that if the market goes down, then they're hedged, at the other side of the portfolio goes up. But the best, in my opinion, place on the internet to look at now is a place called Option Monster. They have for educational training. Yes, it is. They do have an in-depth situation, but educational training and also the free paper trading goes on there.
And now you also have a book recommendation you wanted to pass along to folks.
There's over 200 at least books on the options. One of my favorites is a book by John Najarian, and he's one of the founders of Option Monster. But one of the reasons why I like it so much is most books have a standpoint where you look at the market from the outside in. In this book, it's completely different. You look at the market from an inside-out standpoint. Went from John's journey from being a professional football player to learning the options, to learning how it works in the pits, to become one of the most respected people we have in the market today on option education. And
now we do want to pass along, if people want to get some classroom knowledge on this kind of thing, you do have a few spots still available in your classes.
In my spring classes at John A. Logan College, which start in January, I have over 80 seats. The last time I checked, there are, I believe, 11 seats left for the intro class. That's Finance 229. Of course, that's obvious. I'm a little biased. That's one of the best places to learn about this stuff.
Well, get them while they're hot, I guess.
Yes.
Thank you so much, David England, for being here.